And in this tutorial, I want to continue talking about record from Immutable, the Facebook library that allows things to not change. What I want to do is just go through a different way of creating a record. I've done another video, check the link out above if you've not seen already, and just want to show you through a different way. So let's bring up my IDE. I'm just going to have a little test here that given we have an immutable record, then we should hold the value. When we update using merge, then we have a new object. So nothing clever here. We're just going to create a mutable record, update it, and make sure that it's been updated. Right, okay, let's get started with this. Just zoom in to make things a little bit easier on your eyes. Just bear with me while I adjust. Right, so given we have an immutable object, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the class syntax to actually create an immutable object. I'm going to call it a person, extends immutable record, and what I want to do is set up the signature for a person. So in this person I'm going to have a first name, default is going to be Gary, and surname is going to be Taylor. So hopefully this can be some kind of wage system, so by default I get paid, which would be quite nice. And default age of 21, which would be almost impossible now. Right, so now I've created this class, what I want to do is create a new instance of it. So if person1 equals new person. And that should be it. I should have a new immutable object with the same signature that I had in the previous tutorial. I just want to test this, obviously. I'm going to assert this. So if all goes according to plan, my test should pass, which they didn't. So just bear with me one sec. You can see in my test window that it was undefined. And the obvious reason for that is because it's late at night and I can't spell first name. So if I run that, hopefully my test should pass. Brilliant. So far, not so good, but bear with me, guys. So we've got our class and we've set up our person. If you're used to the previous way of doing the immutable record where you set up a construct, dealing with class is a lot easier. I mean, we're just declaring this person object. Now, if you're doing that within another library and you're importing that in, then this is going to make working with immutable records really easy. If you put that on top of some kind of factory pattern, then you have the power then to actually import these things and create these records very quickly for little cost. So what I want to do is I actually want to just demo updating this just to show you that there's nothing really complicated going on here. So if person 2 equals person 1, and I'm going to do a merge. So I just want to put a few things here. So first name is going to be, let's call it Paul. I'm going to make Paul a little bit younger than me, I think. Make him 19. So now we've created that record. Hopefully when I assert this, we should have person 2 being Paul. And save that. Let's zoom out. Yeah, my test passed. What I want to do is just change to John. I always do something like this just to make sure that the tests then fail. which they do, which is perfect. That's what I was expecting to happen. So I'm just double checking that Paul is actually in that asserted test. A little bit overkill, but you know what? It takes a second to test, and then you don't have that bug for the rest of your life. You wonder where it came from. And we did change age as well, so age should be 19. Just waiting for the test to pass, should be good. Yeah, test to pass in. I'm going to change this one to surname, put it at the top. Taylor. So hopefully all my tests will run now, and yeah, they all passed. So this goes to show how I have created a class of person that extends the immutable record, and the construct I've put in actually in the inside of the parenthesis. Then when I create a new instance of that person, I get that record, that immutable record, with all the goodness of an immutable record, and it includes the default values. I can then run, get the values and test them. I can also update and merge them and run some tests against my new copy. And hopefully I think you'll agree that this is a lot nicer syntax, and just coding in this way makes it a lot easier. In one of the next tutorials, what I'll do is I'll show you how I can extend this even further to make it really nice and clean.